Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to Trish TV, Trish Talk, and today we are talking about emotional maturity. What emotional maturity means, what you have to be considered emotionally mature. Does it come with age? Does age guarantee emotional maturity? Yeah, we're going to talk about it, but before we get into this video, as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're an oldie but a goodie, thank you so much for coming back to support and watching another video. Also, do remember that I do have a podcast. It's called Out With Trish, and today's episode will also be available at my podcast at Out With Trish via Google and or Spotify. I will put those links below. So let's go ahead and get right into this topic. Okay, so what does it mean to be emotionally mature? So an emotionally mature person has reached a level of self-understanding with regards to their thoughts and behaviors, and they decide how to best approach and cope with situations that might otherwise be trying or challenging. Being more careful and aware of your reactions to situations that in the past you would have reacted to differently. I think instantly you might have been able to reach back into the past and think about a situation that you were in where you reacted solely off of your emotions in that moment. This is exactly what emotional maturity is. It's growing from our reactions to certain situations and not reacting in a way that we would have before we understood maturity and how important it is to react a lot differently to situations. I know for me personally, there was a point in time where if you would say something to me, I would react very quickly. I would slice you with my words, and I wasn't proud of that. Growing up, I've definitely learned how to take a step back and really just take a breather and assess, like, is this situation, does it cause for me to get really violent with my words? Like, what kind of reaction should I take? Recently, I actually had a situation at work through email. If you work in corporate America, then you already know those emails from certain people can get very nasty, and you really have to have so much patience and realize that I need this job. I'm a Black woman first. In order not to lose this job, I can't be who I used to be. So how do you develop emotional maturity? You know, you need to work on your attitude. You need to work on your approach. The first thing you have to do is to learn how to identify your emotions and take a step back. Never make permanent decisions based on temporary emotions. Woo-sa. There has been so many times, and I'm sure you can agree, where in that moment, instantly, you will lash out. And then once you kind of sit back, you're like, man, I didn't have to go off like that, or I didn't have to say half the things I said, whether this was on a phone call, an email, text message, or face to face. Like, I did not have to react like that. I did not have to say all that just to get a point across. In a moment, you have to evaluate your emotions. Let me cool off real quick, because I don't want to say something that I'm going to regret. That's going to cause permanent damage to a friend. I don't want to say something that's going to demean my boyfriend, my relationship. I have to be careful with my words. I remember that saying growing up as a child: sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Words do hurt. Although you can control your reaction, that doesn't take away from the fact that someone's words really can hurt, and someone's words can stick with you if you allow it. Number 2, you want to set healthy boundaries. When your boundaries are clear and set, knowing what you will allow, what you won't allow. When you're younger, I know especially for myself, there was a lot of things in relationships that I took because I felt like I had to. I felt like this is what grows a relationship. This is what gives foundation, solid foundation to a relationship. But as I got older and I understood who I was and what I deserved, there's a lot of things that I used to take that I don't take anymore. Number 3, you need to use wisdom effectively. Wisdom does come with age, but unfortunately, just because someone gets older doesn't mean they'll get wiser. I believe being wiser is by choice. You choose to be wiser. You choose to take a better look at your life, a better look at situations and how you respond to them, who you hang around. So age does not guarantee wisdom. Age does not, unfortunately, guarantee emotional maturity. If you choose to learn from your mistakes, if you choose to learn from certain experiences, wisdom is something that does occur. A huge example would be if you're out with friends and say y'all are out having a good time. Being wise is knowing your limit. I want to drink socially, but I'm not drinking to get drunk. We cannot stay the same. You do outgrow people, you outgrow friendships, you outgrow relationships. So it's also knowing when to exit. So this takes us into number 4. Take inventory of your surroundings, your relationships and your friendships. I'm definitely not the same girl I was in high school. I'm not the same girl I was right out of high school. As you grow wiser, you grow up, you grow out of things as well, including people. Thankfully, I'm blessed to say I've never fell out with any of my friends. Like, we've never had any huge blow up arguments and we actually fell out. But just over time, you do kind of just grow out of people. You're trying to do a shift in your life, and especially I grew up with some great people, but some of the ways that they may speak, I don't speak like that anymore. Some things they believe, I don't believe that anymore. Some things they like to do, I don't like to do those things anymore. So with that, you can't be afraid to detach yourself from certain friends. Same things with relationships. There's a type of guy, and looking back on it, I'm like, oh my gosh, how was that ever my type? But that's just through growth. What attracts you is not the same anymore. You're attracted to different things. You're not as shallow. Like, you're really serious about your life and where you want to go. You really have to take inventory of your friendships and your relationships, because you'll mess around, be connected with the wrong people. That's going to keep you in the same space that you've been in, that you're trying to get out of. That can delay your progress and hold you back. And it's like a tug of war, because it's like you don't want to lose these friends you've had for a long time. You don't want to lose a relationship that you've been comfortable in, but you know, I'm trying to grow. There's a shift that God is trying to do in my life, and that can't happen if I'm continuing to play tug of war with those people that can't help me to elevate. It's amazing. Just our connections and who we hang around can say a lot for how we elevate, but it's necessary for growth and emotional maturity. Number 5, I'm currently in this space, staying present. There are so many things that I want to do in my life, and there are so many things that I feel that I am ready for. And sometimes I get caught up with being so excited and anxious for where I want to be that I forget to stay present and to be thankful for where I currently am. Once upon a time, I prayed for the things that I have now. I prayed for being in my own space. I prayed for good friendships, healthy relationships. It's like once you get something and you achieve something, you're so anxious and excited to get to the next step that you forget to stay present. Social media will have you so caught up and forgetting to stay present. You're looking at everybody else's lives and what they're achieving, even some people that inspire you. I look at where I am currently and I'm like, man, I want to be able to get up every morning and do that. I want to be able to travel. I have to keep the faith. I have to believe that what I want, I will have those things. However, I can't get caught up in other people's lives, because God only knows what they had to go through to get to where they are right now. And I may not have been able to handle what they had to go through to get to where they are, just like they may not have been able to handle where I currently am to get to where I want to be. It's okay to be inspired by people. It's good to be inspired by people. It's good to have mood boards, but you still have to make sure that you stay present in your own life. Be thankful for where you are, and don't let other people's lives and what they have cause you to get discouraged about your own. It'll happen for you in God's divine timing and when you are truly ready to receive those things. Sometimes we want things that we're not ready to receive. On social media, it's really easy to post only the things I want you to see, only the things that I care for you to see, not knowing that I may be going through some of the most craziest and trying times behind the scenes. Be very careful and remind yourself to stay present at all times. Well, that's all I got for you guys today. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you took some things in. What would you add to this list of emotional maturity? Do you feel like this is a step in your life as well? Share this video with your friends. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. Blue skies, blue waves, every day's a good day.
lazy Sunday afternoon. I'ma take Monday off too. Ooh, got me so in love with the summer day.